Hello everyone, today we will take a look at the new kit from the new producer, the Revosys Pz.Kpfw 6 Ausf.C/B 2-in-1 VK36.01 RS3001. This is the number of this kit, 1/35 scale, and this is a kit with interior. As you see, it's really interesting kit in my opinion. On the side of the box there are features with some information about the kit. Make your choice from different assembly combinations. As you can see, there are the different guns, mantlets, and the commander Cupola. Turret detailing interior including Ausf.C gun bridge, and highly detailed hull interior components, hull top hatch with interior details, and on the other side there are the paint schemes, Panzergrau, duck, and the Panzergrau with brown camo. Okay, let's look what's inside the box. As you see, the box is rather big and deep, so the part counting it's rather big. And let's see what's inside. As you see, the box is full of sprues in grey plastics. Every sprue is separately packed with sealed open bags. The part seems to be really nicely done. We'll take a look closer later on it. What's more, the hull tab and the turret are molded in one piece. Really sturdy thing. The tracks, a lot of parts to build the tracks. The PE sheet and the decals. Another small PE sheet. And the instruction with the box art on the first page. As you can see, the instruction is a booklet with color paint schemes. Okay, so let's see the parts of the kit in detail. First, let's see the instruction. As you see, it's a A4 format booklet with the picture of the vehicle on the first page. Next we have the sprue map with a lot of parts, as you see, and the build steps. The first steps, the build starts from the hull and suspension assembly and the interior inside the hull. And next we have the suspension and wheels assembly, and again the interior assembly. As you see, the build, the kit is really detailed. This is the Radioman Machine Gun and comes from 2, 6, 7, 2, 4, 5, 9 parts, 10 parts. Whoa. And again the interior assembly with the radios and gearbox and transmission. It's again really well detailed thing in my opinion. And the front plate assembly with some parts of the interior again. Here we have the fenders with two options to, you have to choose how you put the tools on the fenders. You have two styles depicted here. The tools seem to be really well made because they have the glass mold on, and some P parts are also provided for them. And next, firewall and fenders assembly. Also two types of the exhausts. And the upper plate of the whole assembly, as you see, with some you need to drill some holes. And again, two types of the engine deck. A lot of parts to choose between, which you would like to use. And the spare track mountings, so headlights, and really cool thing in my opinion, the antenna set for the command vehicles, the trucks assembly, and the guns. As you see, there are three types of guns: 75mm, 75mm, and 88mm caliber. And the turret interior assembly, the turret bin. Really complex build it will be. And again, you have to choose between the two styles of the Cupolas. This one is really similar to the thing from Panzer III. And this is the last step. So as you see, the instruction contains 24 build steps. This is the color callouts for the interior. Colorful picture of the interior. Really cool. I think it's really fine and easier when you have the all components painted and showed the color picture than some parts and the color informations here. In this way the instruction is easier to follow, in my opinion. And the paint schemes, the paint reference for the ammo by MiG and Mr. Hobby colors, and the paint schemes prepared by ammo of MiG. So the first one is the Dunkelgrau. The next one is the tritonal camouflage with Dunkelgelb, green and brown. The next one is the Dunkelgrau vehicle with brown camo. And the last one, again the vehicle with Dunkelgelb with brown and camouflaged with some white color. Okay, now let's see the plastic. And the first sprue B, as you see it's rather big. It contains the upper plate of the lower hull, the fenders, and the rear plate, two types of engine covers, front plate with the MG mount, and some other minor parts. As you see, the details are really well made. The fenders with cool texture on it. The quality of the parts looks really good. The details are sharp, and I didn't see any any issues in the molding before. You can see here the weld seams. They are represented very well too. The next sprue A, it contains the wheels and suspension parts, the fans for the engine, and some other tiny parts. The wheels are well executed, in my opinion. You can see the nicely done rims with the bolts molded on. The steering guards are also well made. The drive sprockets and idlers. Again, I can say that sorry, that parts are well made. The next sprue A, this is the identical sprue like the previous one, but it is combined with two minor sprues, the A2 and A1. The sprue contains the exhaust with exhaust covers, and the A1 sprue contains the covers for the engine. as I say earlier, in this kit you have two exhaust styles to choose. The next sprues, C, C1 and C2, as you see, they are smaller and contains the parts for the turret, two styles of the lower turret part, three mountlets for the different guns, the gun mounting, some hatches, and two barrels for the guns. This one, nicely done thing, in my opinion, with only 3 point of the connection with sprue, so rather easy to clean up. And the next, without the muzzle brake, again slide molded gun barrel with only 3 points to clean up. As you see on this part, the details are really nicely done. Really sharp and clean molded. The sprue G, this sprue contains mostly parts for the interior, and let's see in details. The firewall with nicely done wires molded on it, the swing arm and swing arms, the torsion bars, the floor of the fighting compartment, again with a nicely done texture, the turret floor, the front plate, two types, as you see, the ball MG mount, the transmission covers, and the transmission. The interior of the front plate looks awesome. And the drivers, you know, nicely done thing. The seats, steering wheel. Again, all of details are fine and looking beautiful, to be honest. And the next sprue, as you see, it is one bigger sprue combined from the smaller one. Sprue R, S, T, U, I and U1. And the sprue R are doubled. There are the same sprues in the box. And the sprue contain the grenade launcher mountings, the tow cable eyelets, two styles, the smaller and the bigger one, the CO driver machine gun, and some other parts smaller, like the horn, the front lights, the shackles, even the ammunition for the machine guns are nicely done. Really good quality of this kit. even some tiny nuts and bolts are nicely executed. Also the two styles of the grenade launchers, this is full with the grenade inside, and this is empty one. The sprue T with the tools, the jack block with nice texture, C-hooks, the fire extinguisher, and the other tools with, as I said before, they have molded on clasps, and the other part of this one is made from PE. So I think when it will be done, they will look cool. The sprue U with the antennas and the bases for them. Sprue U1, again the two antennas and the mountings. Sprue I with the multi-part jack with some nice rivet details. And sprue S, this is the sprue for the turret interior in my opinion, and I only recognize this one, the scissor binoculars. And some other minor details are also really well done. And the next big sprue combined from the smaller one with a lot of small details. Some hatches for the hull, the interior parts, the vision covers, the radios, nicely done with a lot of details. Some seats, and other minor parts. Even the parts small like this one have some nice bolts molded on them. And on the sprue O1 and O there are jigs for the track assembly. I've never assembled track like this before, so I'm really interested how to work with them. Sprue J's, J, J2 and J3. The sprue J contain the parts for the commander cupola. This is a really well detailed part. As you see, a lot of parts need to build this one. It is a cupola similar to the Panzer III cupolas, the next version of the commander cupola. Again, well detailed. And the sprue J3 with the gun bridge parts, the shell back, you can see how well detailed this kit is. Look here. Brilliant job. The sprue H contain the parts for the turret interior and to build the gun, again the gun bridge, some gun detail, the next shell back and the two types of mantlet and the 88mm gun. This is the barrel and two muzzle brakes. They are looking nice and they are exactly the same. Interesting. Again, two exactly the same parts. Oh, I must check later why they are included two parts and they are looking the same. The sprue K again parts for the interior, vision blocks, and for the exterior too, the mounting for the spark tracks on the front plate, some minor details, and the caps for the swing arms. You know, you mount the swing arm on the hull and lock them in place by these caps. Sprue L with small details, with some grab handles, vision blocks, vision covers, sorry, some tiny parts. This one looks like pin for the track or something like this, and the periscope parts here. And here you see the periscope covers. Sprue W with the transparent parts. There are some periscopes, rear light, and some, to be honest, I don't know what is this. What is this? Some lamp parts. The hull tab, it's molded as one solid part, really sturdy, but the details on it are really well made. Some bolts around the drive sprocket mounting, the bump stop, again with nicely done details. Even the bottom of the hull are well detailed with some cool looking weld marks. Now you can see them. The main turret part, it's really similar to the Panzer III turret, and the same like the hull tab. This one is sturdy, but the details are fine. Again, the weld marks are well represented. Here too you can see them, and what's more, again, really well made part. And this is the part for the tracks. So the 4 sprues like this. And 2 bags of links. Here there are the links without the pin inside. Now you can see it. And on the bigger bag there are the links with molded out pin. Okay. The tracks are workable, and I am really interested how they works after assembly. There are the picky parts. As you see, the thread with P contains the engine covers, the command antenna, and the grabs for the tools, and some other minor details. Again, the grabs for the tools, look on it. I think the tools with molded on clamps and these parts will look really well. The next little PE thread with the wing nuts. I think they will be needed to antennas assembly. And the decal sheet, rather small, with 2 styles of the German crosses and 3 styles of the numbers. They are well made, sharp printed, and I think that work with them don't bring any problems. On the bottom of the box I found the correction of the instructions. So the producer found some issues in the instruction and put this one to the box. It's really good move because you know, it allows you to work faster and avoid some problems during the assembly. So good move, Revosys. So let's conclude. This one kit looks really well made, and in my opinion the Revosys brand joined to the best brands. As you see, the kit are made really well. The quality is incredible in my opinion. The texture on the parts, the sharp molding, and you know, the easy to follow instruction, everything looks really fine. The only one minor issue in my opinion is lack of the engine because you know, it's better to do a kit with full interior, but despite this kit is really awesome and worth to recommendation. I'm sure that everyone who choose this will be really glad. So thank you for watching and see you on my next episodes.